pianos or animals were harmed with this. So it's interesting that it took that long for composers to think, oh, well, I have this whole box, be it harpsichord or fortepiano or piano, and not go inside and say, what can I discover there? So I thought I would do this little interlude for today's program. So now we go to Paris in early 20th century, and since our birthday boy Charlie Hamlin is a major francophone, he was actually a professor of French early on in his life. I'm going to say a few words about him. So there's probably a bio somewhere, but that's just facts. So Charlie Hamlin was one of the greatest agents in music business who ever lived. Basically, if you've gone to 10 concerts in your life, you've heard somebody that Charlie made happen. From Joshua Bell to Kissin to Jean-Yves Thibaudet, and then to numerous others whom he did not manage, but he was always there. And that's the thing about Charlie, he is always available to anybody, and it's an amazing skill to be a really A-list agent. Go to anything. Any young musician would say, hey, Mr. Hamlin, could you come and hear me play? Charlie would always say yes. And he had a way to say something positive and never lie. It's an incredible, I've observed this for almost 30 years that I've known him, and it's an amazing skill. To remain true to himself, be supportive, and never say too much. Never say, like, you will be the great thing, you know. And the other thing that when I was speaking to Kathy about Charlie yesterday, I realized that, which is kind of an incredible thing, he never stopped being an audience member. Charlie goes to 5 concerts a week, at least. So he always is on both sides. And the other thing that I want to say about Charlie, which is incredible, he founded IMG Artists, which became one of the great agencies of the world. Then he started Classical Action, which raised money for AIDS causes. Then he started working for Orchestra of St. Luke's and Tippet Rise. But when he was the manager, he never said, I manage somebody or my artist. He would always say, I'll look after him, which is a really interesting way of putting. He would say, oh, I looked after him, which is, just a slight adjustment. Anyway, happy birthday, Charlie. So Paris in early 20th century was an amazing hotbed of creativity and what we would call today interdisciplinary collaboration. Dance, written word, music, and visual arts. So the 3 composers I will play, the first one, of course, is Spanish, right? Completely normal. Enrique Granados studied in Paris, and he was part of all Granados and Eric Satie and Claude Debussy are all roughly contemporaries. Very different people, which I thought would be interesting to put them together. So the first piece is from Goyescas, which is a suite of 6 pieces inspired by Goya's paintings and drawings. Eric Satie, well, one of the true weirdos, but wonderful weirdo, who wrote music and wrote texts and was very interested in design. This is early 20th century. He would make these fake ads for things. And he would try different fonts and, little drawings. And he would make the same ad to a non-existing event 40 times. So I'm going to read something that he wrote, just to get you a little in the mood of his world. For instance, specialist in funeral marches, requiems, masses arranged for balls. The firm will deal with all harmonic repairs, rapid transformation of symphonies, quartets, etc., etc. Serious music made fun. The most difficult pieces arranged for 1 finger. Vocal melodies arranged for 2 pianos. No more incomprehensible compositions. Subtlety within reach of everyone. Sonatas reduced, reharmonized. Our music comes with guaranteed playability. So the 3 waltzes for a jaded dandy, no relation to me, have a lot of text in the score with all these absurd and hysterical instructions, and we are instructed never to read it out aloud. So I can't. And then the first half will end with Debussy's Joyous Island. Thank you.